Hi, Shoaib.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent. Well, I have noticed since this is our first class together and we've been getting to know each other, I've noticed sometimes that during class you leave during break to go pray. And first of all, I'd like to know more about that. Tell me more about your religion and what you're doing.
I'm a Muslim, and getting to your question, why I leave and what's the reason to leave and how it impacts. I mean, why do I leave? Is because that there are certain time points we have to pray during the day. It's 5 times a day. So, of course, during the class there are 2 prayers which comes in between because our classes goes 4 hours, so 5:30 to 9:30. So my third prayer times begins at 6 o'clock, which is just before. It's not before the sunset. It's actually 2 hours, couple hours before the sunset. So I don't get a lot of time to make it up. So I prefer to leave it on time and do it right away. And right after 2 hours, the sunset. After the sunset, there's the 4th prayer time, and I usually don't get time to make that up as well after going home. So I prefer to do that as well. So, in 4 hours of time of our class, I get to do 2 prayers. So instead of delaying it and doing later, I do it right away because I have the flexibility to go and take a break whenever I want. But I mean, if you see the situation, if you are, in a certain place and position that you cannot leave, and you are the responsible person, then you are not supposed to leave.
Okay.
Of course, your religion is first, but your job is first. You're responsible to answer to somebody.
Right.
Okay, so you can make it up later.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a good observation, I would say. So yeah, to me, religion is the first and the primary thing. And I think to most of us, to most of the Muslim who is practicing Islam, religion should come first, regardless of anything.
So when you leave to pray, you go to a room that's behind the classroom that we're in right now. Can you tell me about how that room came to be? Like is there a group of people?
Oh yeah, it happens to be St. Andrews being a Catholic university, but even it entertains all kind of, all students from every religion. And we being international students, I'm not the one who is Muslim here. There are about 100 students. Comes from Middle East, a lot of from Middle East, from Saudi Arabia, from Kuwait, and all the other countries. So happens to be they observed there's a lot of population of Muslim students coming in. And they wanted to, make us comfortable, do the thing. So we used to do it in the library first. I mean, I think a couple of years ago, I was not even here. And then we approached me and another student. I mean, he was the president of Saudi Student Association 2 years ago. So we both approached at international admissions and addressed this issue that we don't get a proper place. We just do it at library, and we don't really feel comfortable because people around us might not think this is the right place to do it.
Right.
So they addressed our issue with assigning us a room, which is one in Ambrose here and the other is in McCarthy. There are 2 assigned prayer rooms for us, but most of us do it here because most of our classes are in Ambrose Hall. So it's been a year and a half. We have got 2 prayer rooms, which is actively we are doing in one, and it has the prayer rugs in it, and it's not the specific. I mean, of course, we are supposed to do it in a specific time together, but unfortunately, many students they're in the bachelor's degree, so our class timing doesn't overlap. I mean, it doesn't match us, and so the prayer time conflicts with the class times. So we prefer to do it, right when we get time. So, and their classes doesn't allow the flexibility of doing the prayer, taking the break, because their classes are not that 4 hours long, it's just an hour long.
Right.
So, yeah, we do our prayers, in that specific place, but not together.
Okay.
So,
and it sounds to me like it's been a good thing for Ambrose to do to kind of respect this personal thing that you want to be doing not in the library? I mean, it sounds like they understood your needs and met them.
Yes, I mean, we were very much happy to hear from them that, first call, they just like, they said, okay, I mean, we got your point. I mean, we were so much worried being Catholic university, they may not address our call. Maybe like, it may delay it. But no, I mean, it was amazing to see the response, and they just set up, I mean, it was the office of one of the faculty, and they moved her to the other unit. I was like amazed. I mean, she was saying like, I mean, she's happy to get another office because, it was little for her.
Right.
And I mean, we were happy to get that prayer room, even though it doesn't accommodate a lot of us, but it accommodates 10 people. But I mean, we don't do it as together, as I mentioned you. So it's, whatever it is, it's fine, and it's going good. And we see a lot of, we see a lot of encouragement in us that to get more of our people. What we need, I mean, the basic thing is getting fulfilled, and you're getting educated, and, you're getting, I mean, this is a sign of acceptance.
Right.
Though, there are things going on around the world, but, I mean, the place you are in, they're accepting you so well.
Well, and so tell me more about that. Tell me what it's like to be a Muslim in America.
I mean, a matter of the fact, Muslim comprises of 1% of American population. It's 3-some million people are Muslims here. So, I mean, I'm talking about the recent survey done. So, I mean, there is no restriction, first of all, because this country has a freedom of religion. What you practice, even you are atheist, doesn't matter. If you're a Christian, even being a Muslim is not a difficult job in here. Or practicing Islam around wherever you are. I mean, it has to be flexible. Okay, you got to do your prayers, but you got to even understand the responsibility you're going to. Some people don't understand because they come from a different background. Where, for an instance, they come from a Middle East country where the prayer comes first, regardless of anything. Middle East. If you are in a shopping, in a grocery shopping store, or in a department of the store, they shut down the store for like 15 minutes. Yes, and when they hear the call of the prayer, the store is shut down, even though $1 million transaction is going on. No, it's 15 minutes shut down for the prayer, and they rush for the prayer. That's the first priority because of the culture there.
Right.
Here it doesn't work like that.
Right.
So, I mean, people has to be flexible. So, yeah, I mean, it's going, so far it's very well. I mean, being Muslim is not a tough job here. It's easy, and it doesn't put any restriction to be a Muslim. But there are things, people don't like it because there are some misunderstandings between them. And I should believe that, I should suggest to people who has misunderstanding to not look what is going on, just to see the people, just to try to get to know the people by talking in person, not looking up on the videos, not looking up what is shown in the news, So just if you want to know what is real Muslim and what is all about, what do they do, what is all about Islam, and so please get to know, talk to the person in person.
Can you tell me about an experience that you've had with someone where maybe there was a misunderstanding at the beginning and then you were able to talk and learn more about each other?
Yeah, that's a good reminder for me. It's been 2 years almost here in America. So when I first came in here, it was in a couple months. I usually travel by bus. I commute by bus. So there was a man who used to travel with me every day, and he used to observe me. I used to read, while the way. I mean, my commutation is an hour long. I live in other part of the town. So to come all the way from there, it takes an hour. So I usually prefer to read the Holy Book. That's the free time I get during a bus. So I was reading the book, and he comes to me and he asks me, "Hey, what are you doing?" And it looks to me a very good, a book has a scripture on it. He used to observe me since he was observing me couple of weeks, and then he comes to me and asks me, "What is it all about?" And he talks to me and he goes "What, really? You are a Muslim? I thought so. You just sit quiet, you do your own thing, and you don't even talk to nobody." "Yeah, I mean, tell me more about that." And he goes he talked to me a lot of things, and he expressed his, views on us. And he goes "I'm so sorry, man. I just thought what it was, showed on the TV and the news, but I'm so sorry, and we are now good friends. I mean, you know, even though it's been a year now, I see him not many times on the bus, but yeah, whenever I see him, we go out for lunch sometime,
Nice.
and yeah, we see us at least once a month. So it's been a good experience so far. I mean,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shoaib,
Thank you
for
very
sharing
much.
your experience with
thank
me.
you very much for asking me the questions.
Yes.